This is a story that happened to me some time ago. I had a friend, let's call him James, and I was hanging out at his place playing some Halo 3. So I can bet you can guess what year this was. I'm not going to say anything specific to protect the people involved. We were talking while we were playing, and somehow the topic of snorting drugs got brought up. It was a joke, but I asked James if he had ever snorted drugs before. He said he hadn't. Neither had I. Then he asked if I wanted to try. Now, I seriously thought the guy was going to pull some drugs out of his pocket, but he didn't. Instead, he pulled out a box of Nerds, so it took me a while to figure out what he was going to do with the box, but then it hit me. The guy wanted us to snort them. Seriously. James was a weird kid. I didn't want to go along with the idea, and James said I didn't have to, I could just watch or whatever, and so I decided to do that. I was kind of nervous about it, and I wanted to tell him to stop, but I didn't want to sound like a nag or anything like that, and besides, they were just nerds, you know? What could go wrong? Yeah, that's what I thought. Called it the indiscretion of youth, or whatever, but I think I was pretty messed up back then. He was, too. Me and James, we've been through some pretty strange stuff together, but most of it was after this. So James takes the box of Nerds, and he poured it out in a line, like a crack line, onto the coffee table. So he takes a piece of paper, and he lines it up like they do in the movies with crack, and he looks at me, and he gives this look. It's just like, I'm doing this. And then I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think this is a good idea. But he didn't listen to me, and instead he just leaned, and he just went and snorted it, like, and then almost instantly he was like, blah, blah. And that was a terrible impression, but he started gagging and coughing and covering his mouth, and then he spit several Nerds, and it was all gross because they were covered in spit. But most of the stuff had gone down his lungs, and it was like, so then it was a little awkward because nothing happened. But then James started making this weird face and was all like, I don't feel too good, and that's when his mom walked in. Seriously, his mom walked in, and I have terrible luck when it comes to this stuff like this. But we were able to hide the fact that James had been snorting Nerds. We pretended that he had just choked on something, but I was scared shitless because he was snorting Nerds. I don't know why. I probably should have been considering that they were just Nerds, but anyways. And then James started acting weird, like laughing in a strange way, enough that his mom gave us this weird look like, what are you guys doing? We told her it was just because of the game we were playing, and that was it, but I don't think she believed us, and she hasn't mentioned the incident since then, and I'm not going to be the one who brings it up. But if you're watching this right now, Mrs. Rockbell, I'm sorry for not stopping your son from snorting Nerds and probably getting them stuck in his lungs for the rest of his life. Sometimes I actually wonder if they're still there. You know, like they're sitting in his tracheal tube or whatever, just chilling Willy Wonka inside of his lungs or whatever. So that's the story about snorting Nerds. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like the story, I have more to share. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks!